Now, the rest of the story.
Hey, welcome back. Well, I'm out in the field, out in a field. I'm just checking to see what some of these corn seeds are doing. I'm checking the very last corn that I was planting, so I'm kind of interested to see if it's done much or if any moving at all as far as starting to grow. The weather the last how many days? Well, it seems like forever, but we've been in the 40s and the 50s for the last few days, and it really hasn't been that great of conditions for growing anything. I think the grass even quit growing here for a while. So I'm digging up corn right now. I want to just curious to see what it looks like. I'm out here with Calvin, and he's basically just keeping me company. As far as ground conditions go, it's wet. Yesterday I was getting really anxious because of the conditions. I got up really early yesterday and came out and checked to see what it looked like, and it was wet. I mean, and you're currently talking to somebody that would really like to get going planting. And what we're dealing with is we're not getting enough sun, which today we have been. Sun or heat or wind, and today was the perfect storm. We got a really wicked storm last night. We got, well, it rained pretty good last night for a good 30 minutes, and it was pretty wet out this morning. There was water standing when I left this morning. But with the sun out and the warm wind and everything, it really did a good job at least getting the soil dried out on top. I mean, it does. It's looking close, and the plan is hopefully tomorrow's video is going to be putting corn in. Not going to be putting the planter away by any means. I don't do that anymore. We had those 2 years of replant, and the days, years of putting everything away the second the last seed is in the ground are over. I have no problem letting the planter sit in the shed hooked up ready to run just in case, but that's just me. So we are putting down we are putting in the rocket seeds, and this is DeKalb right now that I'm checking, and I did find the 2 seeds in this row. You guys can see them. Got one right here, which kind of knocked it with the screwdriver. And I got another one coming up right here, which spacing wise they're actually looking pretty good, approximately 6 inches or so, which I made myself a liar. A little bit above 6 inches. No, wait. This isn't the same. Oh, whatever. I just got another one of these seed depth gauges. My other one is 6 inches or so. It doesn't matter. I know I'm not getting perfect seed spacing, and part of that is because when I was making these passes, I wasn't exactly taking my time and driving slow, because the horizon over there was pitch black as soon as we folded the planter out. We went from perfectly fine, we thought we'd have time to go or be able to run, and I think I was only out here for maybe 45 minutes. So I'm aiming for 2 inches, give or take, and I don't know if you guys can see that. That's how I usually there's a bit of a debate if you go right on top of the seed or right next to it. Myself, that's exactly what I do. I just put it right up against it and see what it is, and you guys can see the top of the soil. I mean, it is just over 2 inches down, which, like I say, there's a little bit of area there, that a little bit of a gray area you can gauge it at. But this corn is going to be side dressed again here, and then side dressed with the cultivator, and then we're going to top dress it with urea at some point here. We do have some corn that is going to be out of the ground. Well, this stuff is actually doing some pretty good moving. I mean, it is sprouting, but we do have some corn. The first stuff that we put in is hopefully going to be out of the ground here in 3 days. Yeah, 3 days, and I'll be glad to see the corn up out of the ground. As far as the whole planting situation across the country, it just sounds terrible. Between Illinois being rained out, I just read that Iowa is looking at getting 7 inches of rain in the next 8 days, like the whole state. So there's a big question mark on that as to what that's going to do with the corn yield or the corn stand and everything else out in Iowa. If you're going to start seeing or hearing about flooded fields out in Iowa now. Myself, everyone's telling me, it's not just everyone is saying that the price is going to go up, but the problem is, I think we've heard that every year for the last several years now, and maybe it is the first year that it's actually going to come true, where the price is actually going to violently shove up to 20-30 cents above where it's currently at. It's currently at December 19 corn is currently at $4.11, and that is futures price. So you're still gonna have to take off your basis, your trucking, your dockage for moisture or foreign material, whatever they decide to charge you on. But it's a lot better than selling it in season for $3.40, $3.50, $3.30, $3.20. I think it did get down, well, that was cash price, down, what, $3.20. And by the time you take your trucking off, you're looking at like $3 corn. So soybeans, I do not know anybody that is excited about raising soybeans this year. There is supposedly a payment thing announced, but they don't know how they're going to decide how they're going to figure out how many bushels you're going to be figured for. So I don't know. I'm not really all that excited about it. None of us, between Dad, Ryan, and I, are going to go ahead and say, let's go and plant 100 more acres of soybeans. Honestly, we're looking at going the other way. Just staying more focused on corn and leaning more on the corn side of life. We prefer raising corn. It responds to the inputs better. It responds to, well, by the time you do all your side dressing and the extra additives that you put in, like that rocket seeds I put in, the corn that I have put that additive on is doing awesome. Like, out of all of the local stuff that they've been digging up, they said that field that I put that on it's running like a racehorse right now. So that rocket seeds additive is probably going to be something I'm going to keep doing. I do have, well, a very clear and cut comparison as far as how it's going to compare to non-treated seed, because like the field right next to it was treated the exact same way, except it didn't have that additive. So that may be something that I'm going to keep doing going forward here. I like looking for the potential snake oils, whether or not they work or not, and trying them out and see if we like them. I'm really not crazy on seed applied products, but it takes a little bit more to make sure that they're consistently mixed in. And I did actually, everything that's currently in the corn planter, I mixed in, and I mixed in pretty heavy. I'm still sitting on that 108-day relative maturity hybrid if I can plant tomorrow, I mean, it's not the 1st of June yet, I'm going to stick with the 108-day corn. Simply because they are talking for heat. We're supposed to be in the 70s here from here on out. I'm not hearing about any more colder, cooler days. The ground needs to warm up a little bit more, in my opinion, but I think everybody can agree on that. Yeah, I haven't marketed any soybeans. I don't really, to be honest with you, I'm really not excited about marketing beans in general. Ugh. But hopefully, because they aren't saying any more rain tonight, they're saying rain tomorrow night, and 5-6 hours of decent running. I'm planning on getting the last of my corn in. I mean, you can see the soil still has its tacky areas on it, but tomorrow, similar like today. Today we did have mostly cloudy, but with tomorrow it's supposed to be basically sunny the whole day, and then with a little bit of a breeze. I'm hoping that by like noon, 3 o'clock, we can go ahead and make one last run on it and wait and see how well it comes up in our emergence, because I am aiming for some people are kind of shocked that I say this, but I am aiming for that 36,000 seeds per acre across the whole thing. And 32,000, it seems to be the pretty common goal for a lot of people, but what is the number? They figure, what, 7 to 8 bushels per 1,000 seeds, I think is what it is. So I do have a lot of flex hybrids, so they respond to the nitrogen, all the inputs that I'm putting down on them. So with that, hopefully tomorrow is a planting video. I'm being optimistic. I mean, what else can we really be right now than optimistic, other than getting rained out? Because after tomorrow, they are saying rain for another week. So good for the guys that are done. Good for the guys that got the corn coming up. Bad for the guys that it's all sitting in the seed, and the seed's all sitting in the bags yet. So, all right. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Take it easy. Keep in touch. Talk to you tomorrow.